Hey guys, welcome back. It is Wednesday and we are getting excited about this weekend's Crucible. So I wanted to go ahead and make a video. This is going to be the last weekend for Season 14. And I'm doing some switch ups on my defense. So I wanted to go over that stuff with you guys, kind of give you an idea of what I'm changing up and why. And who knows, maybe you guys, this might spur some ideas in you guys for the last weekend. So this Crucible has been extremely offensive heavy. Everybody's been pulling their Odins off of defense over to offense. And it's pretty much been a one-shot in every room the entire season. And I just wanted to kind of switch some things up, make it a little fun for the very last week. So we're going to go over that. So the first three rooms, I only made one change. First room, Liberty, they're really not going to stop much. I haven't had anybody drop an attack on them. But essentially, Liberty's in room 1 to free up some other offensive tools. Room 2, I did make a change this week. I moved Gore out of room 2 and put in Silver Surfer. Room 3 staying the same with Orcus Apocalypse. This room's done well for me because you really can't beat it with Night Stalkers. I've had 2 or 3 different opponents try to use Night Stalkers against them, and I haven't had anybody get it done yet. And of course, everybody wants to use Night Stalkers against Orcus, so there's a good opportunity for it to draw a dropped attack in there. Now, here's where the changes came. So in room 4, we've swapped it up. I need to give a shout out to OG Diamond Dave on this room. I came across this room watching one of his Crucible videos. One of his opponents had this on defense, and it was pretty crazy. So we've got Super Skrull, Black Knight, Omega, and Phoenix, and we have Nightcrawler. Okay, here's the premise of this room. Immortal X-Men will get rolled over in this room, and here's why. Nightcrawler is going to go first, and he's going to put slow on the entire team. And then you're going to have Super Skrull and Omega pop off with their ultimates and just wipe the board with them. So I think a lot of people are going to want to come into this room with Immortal, and it is a trap for them. The flip side, if you bring in Starjammers in this room, they will go first, and Havoc will be able to pull the charges off of Black Knight, but the overpowering of Omega and Phoenix just ends up being more than they can handle. So this room right here is going to be very interesting. I think it's probably going to draw in Immortal or Starjammers, and I think they're going to struggle quite a bit with that room. Now, room 5, I moved Professor X, and then I moved Gore in here with Null. And then we've got a Pre-Taunt and Gambit. And the reason why I moved this over to room 5 is because I'm loading up and going extremely defensive heavy for this last week for 2 reasons. 1, just to make it fun, and 2, on the offensive side to make it a little more challenging and a little more theory crafting, because having all of this stuff on offense, it's just a walkthrough every single round, and I just wanted to make it a little more fun and a little more challenging. So we're going to see what happens. So in room 6, went back with Odinati, and then Sasquatch in here as well. So I have no doubt that my opponent is going to be able to clear one of these rooms, because they're going to have their Odin on offense, most likely, because everybody's been dragging Odin to offense. However, with dragging Odin to offense, most people have been leaving Mephisto on defense. So it's going to be very difficult for someone to clear both of these rooms, because they're going to have to use their heavy hitters in one of these rooms to get rid of it, and I don't know that they're going to have enough to be able to clear both. So that's kind of what we're going for, because we are excuse me, leaving ourselves a little thin on offense by doing this. So we're definitely going to be relying on our defense to grab some dropped attacks and maybe even have a room that's not clearable. So that's kind of how we're going to be looking for our wins this weekend. And it's going to be fun. Wanted to switch it up. This is the last weekend of Season 14. So let's kind of go out with a bang and see how it goes. Now, with that being said, I am still going to have Mephisto on offense. I'm going to have Star Jammers, Absolute A-Force. We are going to have quite a bit on offense still. So we're still going to have Vigilante on offense. We're still going to have Night Stalkers. We're going to have Shadow King. So we are going to have some options on offense. We're just probably going to have to be a little strategic. If somebody does leave Odin on defense, probably going to have to do a sack or two in order to clear that, because we're not going to have any huge hitters on offense. But we'll see how it goes. Got to have a little fun with it, and I'm certainly going to be looking forward to it because you guys know how much I love Crucible. So there is our defense update. Now, one thing I will tell you, when they do the pairings at today's reset, I'm going to scroll through, and if anyone else has a Professor X, there is a high probability that I'm going to switch up this room and keep Professor X on offense. Because Professor X on defense going against another Professor X is not a good idea, because they're almost going to beat you every time. So if I do see that another opponent has Professor X, I'm probably going to swap him to offense, but we'll just have to see how that goes. Now, one other thing before we leave, I wanted to update you guys on that I noticed in doing a little bit of math with the Harbinger event. So I kind of wanted to go in here and jump into this and go over it with you. So on the objectives for the monthly event, by battling raids with Hitmonkey, Silver Sable, and Daredevil, you're going to unlock over time each of these 100,000 intel credits. Now, with that being said, if you jump over to the weekly event, gathering intel for each week, you're going to get points for up to 300,000. So my recommendation when it comes to this, when you unlock these, is do not claim all of them at once. Claim one at a time and save them so that you don't end up missing out on that 300,000 one of the weeks, because it's going to be pushing it really close between your blitzing, your raiding, excuse me, and your crucibles. Hopefully they're going to be throwing some in Crucible. It could get pretty tight to get that 300,000 in a week, so save these in the event that you need them. Outside of that, I also wanted to show you something else real quick that I'm really excited about, and I also missed this. Oh, I got to bring him up. I also missed this in my video because I was not aware of it when I released the video on the Intel store. Let's go ahead and promote him real quick. However, Old Man Logan, his diamonds are available, as well as Shadow King's red stars in the store, and we got pretty lucky, and we now have Old Man Logan at 3 diamonds. So that's very exciting. I was actually planning on putting him on defense for Crucible this weekend, but now I cannot do that because I have to have access to use him on offense. With 3 diamonds, I've got to see how bad he wrecks people. So that's all I have there. I just wanted to kind of touch base on a couple of those updates for you guys and go over the Crucible defense. Now, one other thing to be looking for, tomorrow they are releasing the Psychic Cataclysm. Based on my understanding, it's supposed to be out tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in seeing that event, I will be doing a walkthrough video on that. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, be watching for that. And then, of course, this weekend, we'll be doing Crucible like crazy, getting through the final week of Season 14. Hopefully, we will do well and get promoted to Masters. That's been a long time coming, and I'm super excited about that. So with that, guys, you know the drill. If you got some value out of this video, make sure to drop it a like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and of course, stay positive and enjoy the game, guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.